Hey folks, if we haven't met before, my name's Patrick. I'm the pastor here at North Decatur United Methodist Church, and I'm grateful to be joining you in traveling through this book that we call Acts. It's the book that comes just after the Gospels, and it describes the church as we know it, emerging from just a group of folks trying to figure out what to do after their friend died into this movement that we now call the church. It's a beautiful book, and I'm so grateful that you're taking some time to read through it. This is the fourth week of this study, and it's the fourth chapter that we'll be looking at. In the fourth chapter of the book of Acts, we see two of the disciples, John and Peter, essentially put on trial for healing somebody. The religious leadership, the authority there, didn't quite like that John and Peter, who had committed themselves to following Jesus, were now displaying these acts of power outside the temple, and especially on the Sabbath. And so they put John and Peter on trial for doing work on the Sabbath, which is something that Jesus had experienced too. And what's really beautiful about this is there's sort of a tongue-in-cheek moment where the Luke, who likely wrote the book of Acts, notes that the religious leaders, the authority, seem surprised at how eloquent and confident Peter and John seem to be, having received no formal education. But it makes me think that, there's something to the power and strength of God's presence in us when we're in moments of anxiety and fear. So the fourth chapter is all about this. Peter and John go before the religious leadership, anticipating their strong judgment over what they've done. And what they do is they walk in and they speak honestly and boldly, both about what they've done and why, and about the power of God and the work of God that transcends what the religious authority seemed to dictate in the lives of the people around them. Now, that's pretty incredible, because that came with it some danger. In fact, it even says so in the prayer that the believers lift after this time of trial, an actual court trial. They lift up prayers about how Pontius Pilate and Herod and all of these people with significant authority had put Jesus on trial, leading to his death, and how that may come for them. And what they continue to do is devote themselves to living under God's rule, not other people's rule, to speaking boldly and honestly, and staying committed to one another in fellowship and in love. Now, that's hard work, but it's the work that all of us are called to live honestly, to live under God's authority, not the authority of any great constitution formed by any country in the world, and to speak with confidence, trusting that God's with us through all that we go through. And those are all three very difficult things to do, which is why this exists in Scripture as a illumination of how some others have done it in the past. But it's a challenge for us as well, as we try to learn how to pair our faith with our work. How do the beliefs that we have, the convictions that we speak of, how are they embodied in our life? And that's a challenge that all of us have to wrestle with on a regular basis. And we're lucky in some regards that we have the witness of Peter and John, who show what it looks like to stand confidently on trial when you've put the love of God and Christ and the fellowship of all people over and above any human crafted power. So my question for you, and I'd love to hear your response in the comments below, How have you started pairing your beliefs with your actions? What does it mean to be Christian? What does that mean about what we believe in the world? And then how do you live those realities out? It's a hard question and it's a big question, but I would love to wrestle through it with you. So please do comment below this video, and we'll be together commenting on all the ways that God continues to be alive in us, around us, and beyond us. I look forward to that conversation, and I look forward to seeing you all very soon. All right, take care. Bye-bye.